Hi, hello, dear students and friends. How are you? I hope you enjoyed the solid state number one. Now, today I am going to start solid state two. This is for IIT JEE NEET Rapid Concept Revision. All concept covered as per the NEET JEE seat level by Mr. YRK Mohan. Okay, let us start the class. First, we'll see atomic radius and shortest distance in cubic system. A simple cubic system. Here, lattice points occupy the corners. Each corner atom in contact with adjacent corner atoms. You can see in this picture, this is the corner atom. The corner atoms. So only all the corners of cube are occupied, and each corner atom in contact with adjacent corner atoms. That is simple cubic. What is the top view of the unit cell of the simple cubic will be like this. This is, and the distance between the particles will be, this is, centers is A. That is the relation between edge length. This is edge length small a, edge length, and the radius of the constant particle is given by, in this radius relation, r is equals to a by 2, and the rank of this unit cell will be 1, as NC number of corner atoms is 8, 1 by 8 is 1. So number of nearest neighbors of coordination number, this is the relation that we can see number of nearest neighbors in this picture. Particular constant particle constituency, nearest neighbor, this is nearest neighbor. Neighboring unit cell, this is, so number of nearest neighbors will be indicated using this one, unit cell under study, this is. So it's the number of neighboring constant particles that are in close contact with the given constant particles is called as coordination number. You see that coordination number is observed here, that is now number of next nearest neighbors NNS is 12. For the second shortest distance, that is 4 in every plane will be coming here. This is the constant particle. Nearest neighbors, these are. Next nearest neighbor is this one here. So neighboring unit cell is this one. This is the unit cell, neighboring unit cell. This is the unit cell we are studying. This is the unit cell. So here, the distance, nearest neighbors here, nearest neighbors are, this distance is A, and next nearest neighbors, that distance will be root 2A, that we'll call it as face diagonal. And next to next nearest neighbors is, we'll call it as body diagonal, root 3A will come. So nearest neighbors is A distance from X is 3 will come in this. And next nearest neighbors, 3 are there in this. Root 2A is the distance. And next to next nearest is root 3A. The simple cubic system for particle X we are discussing. This is the particle X we are discussing. Now, face-centered cubic. You see, the cubic crystal here, all the corners, all the faces occupied by the points. Arrangement of constant particles in a unit cell will be like this. This is the three-dimensional pictures. This is the two-dimensional. We can understand this one easily. These are the face. This is the face particles. These are the face particles. This is one. This is one. This is one. Now, top view of the face-centered unit cell, if you see, it will be like this. So face and constants of adjacent faces are in contact with each other. How they are in contact with each other? This is shown with the green line, dot lines. And for that face diagonal, we know that is root 2a is 4a, because this is one radius. From here to here we have 2r distance. From here to here we have r is the distance. So total 4r. The radius is a by 2 root 2 is for the face diagonal, for the FCC. So in this picture also they are shown atoms touch each other along the face diagonal. Now it's the relation between the radius of constant particles at center in this FCC. This is the relation that we saw just now. So this is the closest in contact to the face diagonal. This is next. Rank of this face centered cubic unit cell can be calculated like this. There are 8 corners are there, 8 into 1 by 8 plus 1 by 2 into the 6 faces are there. Total 4 is coming. That is the rank. So number of nearest here can be calculated using this picture FCC unit cell. This is the particular constant. Here nearest neighbors are with these colors, red, green, violet colored here shown, you can see. And you'll see horizontal plane. If you check it here, horizontal plane, these are the nearest neighbors. This is the nearest neighbor for this, like this. Vertical plane, if you observe, is a pink colored, or here these are the nearest neighbors under study. So this is one picture. You'll see vertical plane showing nearest neighbors. This is the picture we have already observed. This is the model. Vertical, horizontal. Now we can come to an end, that is there are 14 total constant particles are present in these different lattice points for FCC, and number of nearest neighbors is root 2 by 2. That is 1 by 2 root 2. 1 by root 2 distance is there. And no number of next nearest neighbors distance from the particular particle under observation are there here observed. So here this is the picture, easily you can understand. Next to next nearest neighbors root 3a by root 2, root 3 by 2a. This is the value formula. And now overall all the entire formulas you can check it from these pictures. Number of atoms and distance root 2a by 2. They are 9, 10, 13. They are 9, 10, 13. These are 3 are there. Number of atoms at distance root 3 by 2a. That is next to next nearest 11, 12, 11, 12, 14. These are 3 are there. So this is what is nothing but when we take the constant particle 1. So what is the next to next nearest? The next is 9, next to next 9, next is 1, 12. So that's why for this first one, this 12 and this 14 and this 11, this all comes under number of this next to next nearest will come. And not only that one, the number of atoms at a distance root 3 is 8. That is number 8 is here shown. That is in the middle, it is there. Here it is there. Number of atoms at distance root 3 is, this is 8. Because from here to here, that is root 3a, that is body diagonal. Okay. Next comes the number of atoms at distance next to next nearest is 2, 4, 5. For this one more in this picture, if you observe, this is 2, 4, 5. This green color is showing that number of nearest neighbors. So this is the distance, this is a, this is a, this is a, 3a. So it will come like this. So 3 stands for 3 into a. Okay. So total number of atoms in reference is 13 for this one. Next, body centered cubic. See, each corner of the unit cell touches the body center in such that that 2r is equal to root 3a by 2. That we have understand from this picture. Body diagonal root 3a, and that is equals to 4r. Then automatically what will happen? So r is equals to root 3a by 4. These are 3-dimensional pictures. So it is a body diagonal in this picture. This is anything you can consider from here to here. Now, packing fraction, we'll say packing fraction is the ratio of volume occupied by spheres in a unit cell to the total volume of unit cell. The empty volumes fraction is called as void fraction. This is. Now for simple cubic, this is the picture. Radius and edge length related like this, r is equal to a by 2 or a is equal to r. This is another picture we have. So if you substitute that one, the z value for the simple cubic is 1 we have. Z is equals to 1 for simple cubic, that is substituted. And a value substitute as 2r. We got packing fraction 52% approximately. So it is wide is 48% is there for this simple cubic. So this is one problem. Next we'll see the body centered, face centered. We'll see now. This is face centered. So packing fraction is the ratio of volume occupied by spheres in a unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell. This is the total volume of the unit cell is A cube. Now face centered, if you take it in the face centered, here the 4r. What is 4r? This is 4r distance from here to here. So from here to here, this will come 4r, that is equal to a root 2, 2 root 2a, then r is equals to a by 2 root 2. Or else you can substitute this 2r is equals to a by root 2 by 2. That means again the same, a by a root 2 by a by 2 root 2. Like this it will come. Now that a by 2 root 2, if you substitute here, in this formula, a cube formula, then 4r by root 2 came as a is equals to 4r by root 2. Simply they substituted this one. We got 75% is a void. This is the space occupied, and void is 26, excluding that 1 from 100. So this is the face diagonal root 2a. Okay, understand? Next, you'll see the packing fraction body centered. This body centered 4r is equals to root 3a. Then r is a is equals to how much? 4r by root 3. That you can substitute in this a cube formula of unit cell. You will get 64r cube by 3 root 3. So this 4r by root 2 substituted. Then what the expression is? 4r by root 3 this is. So 4r by root 3. After that we got 68%. The void is 32%. So this is what body diagonal in the body centered unit cell. Let us see the hexagonal closed packing. This 74% is the packing efficiency is there like that of FCC. This is the height and edge length is 2r here. The height into length expression after taking the center is 1 and 6 corners, 6 into in this corner contribution is 1 by 6, such that we have 2 are there. This is 1, this is 1. So it is there are 2 are there. For them the calculation is this one, and internally there are 3 are there we have. That is 3 into 1. Total Z value came 6. And that volume of the unit cell, hexagonal unit cell, is formula this one. Substituted in that, h value got this is 4r into root 2 by 3, and that is substituted in the above expression. 24 root 2 r cube came. Now packing efficiencies, the volume occupied by spheres is this one, that is 6 into 4 by 3 pi r cube divided by 24 root 2 r cube is the volume of the unit cell. This is the unit cell volume, and here we have substituted these values, that is Finally, we got 5 by 3 root 2. We got 0.74. That is the packing efficiency of hexagonal. But earlier we have discussed in this, whatever the body centered is there, body centered cubic, the Z value is 2 for that one, body centered cubic. While that of packing fraction of the face centered, the Z value is 4 for this number of particles pair, that is the rank of this one. Next, packing efficiency of rock salt, if you see, there are formula units, the 2 cations and 2 anions are there. The total radius is A, and then all the anions and cations included in the volume by volume of the unit cell. This is the formula you can use. Like that of cesium chloride, if you take the cesium chloride, the body diagonal is root 3A. That is the nearest neighbors distance that is taken. In that, 1 unit formula of cation, 1 unit formula of anion is there. So their volume divided by volume of the unit cell. So this is the formula you can use for the packing efficiency of cesium chloride. Next, zinc blend or sphalerite, if you check it in this, we have root 3A by 4. Crystallizes as ZNS here. And AB type it is, the formula is 4 units of zinc and 4 units of sulfide are there. This is the formula you can use. Next, diamond, if you check it, in diamond we have the distance 2R is root 3A by 4. If you cancel this 2, then besides you can also substitute this is R is equals to root 3A by 8 will come. That is substituted in this one. Other we got 34% is the packing efficiency in this one diamond. Next, so here what we understand is nothing but cubic structure it is. That is taken. Next, move on to the fluoride structure. AB2 type of calcium fluoride. Here there is 4 cations and 8 anions are there in this for the calcium fluoride structure. Fluoride structure, here we have the length of the unit cell is taken as A. Then root 3A by 4 is the value for it, the sum of the radius. So 4 calcium and 8 fluorides. So 4 Ca plus and 8 F minus units are there in this one we have. Okay. Next, anti-fluoride, if you check it reverse, here we have 4 positive, 8 negative are there. Here, what is the anti-fluoride is 8 positive, here 4 negative are there. That is sodium 8 Na plus are there and 4 oxides are there. Here in the fluoride we have 4 Ca2 plus are there and 8 F minus are there. Okay. Opposite only. That is substituted in this, got this is the value. Next, density also you can calculate. Density is mass by volume, mass of the atoms present in the unit cell by volume of the unit cell. That mass you can calculate by number of atoms product multiplied with molecular weight of the atom into the mass in kilograms. That is taken as 1.6 × 10⁻⁻27 grams divided by volume of unit cell. Divided by volume of unit cell. This is the volume of unit cell for monoatomic crystals only. So in general, this is the expression we got. So total number of atoms divided by total number of atoms into molecular weight of each kind of atomic mass unit into this value by volume of unit cell. Sigma is indicates sum of those. Or in another way you can write this is for formula, number of formula units into molecular weight of the compound into this 1.67 × 10⁻⁻27 kilograms by volume of unit cell. Here we check the one problem here on this one, aluminum crystallized in cubic shape unit cell and with edge length 405 picometers. This is A. This is the density. Predict the type of the crystal. So number of atoms, don't know n. That if you find, you'll tell what is the FCC or not. Molecular weight of volume is 27 and formula weight is 27 into this value by volume given in the problem as that 2.7 by grams per cc. So the volume how we got the value, that is A cube only. A cube is equals to 4.05 into 10 power minus 10 whole cube. A value they given the problem. Substituted N value got 4, that is FCC, because rank is 4 means that face centered cubic. So this one we have taken 4.05 into 10 to the power of minus 10 meters. Likewise, one more problem is cadmium oxide and sodium chloride structure with the density 8.27 grams per cc is there, and if ionic radius of oxygen is 1.24 angstrom units, then determine the ionic radius of cadmium. So density formula is substituted in that they only told that number of formula units, that is for ionic radius of cadmium. So sodium and cadmium both are having same structure here. Sodium Z value is 4, that is substituted. Molecular weight of this cadmium oxide is 128, that is substituted. Of that, the volume, okay, what is the volume, that we don't know. So that A cube is solved in this one, the density taken, and A cube formula of simplification we got 4.70 angstrom units. And for this sodium, this is the formula, that is 2 into cation radius plus anion radius is equals to edge length. The edge length we got is 4.70, in that is substituted. As oxygen radius given in the problem is radius of oxide is 1.24 angstrom units. After substituting this value in this one, we got radius of cadmium is 1.11 angstrom units. Okay. Next, we'll see mathematical analysis of cubic system, diagonal property, primitive, that is spatial, and 2 root 2 r is the formula, and edge length is 2r, A is equal to 2r, and for face centered cubic, 4r is the distance to take, that is root 2a, and edge length is 2 root 2 r. BCC, we have the body diagonal 4r, here face diagonal, this is a 4r for FCC. This is face, this is body diagonal. A is equal to 4r by root 3 km. Volume occupied by primitive one is 1 particle, that is 1 particle means 4 into 1 into 4/3 pi r cube. Face centered, we have 4 particles are there, 4 into 4/3 pi r cube is the volume of occupied by that unit cell. And body centered, we have 2 particles are there, 2 into 4/3 pi r cube. And this is the volume formula, A cube expression. So A value we have 4r by root 3, then A cube will become equals to 4r by root 3 whole cube. This can be written as 64r cube by 3 root 3 also, okay. And volume of unit cell and packing efficiency calculated we have, these are the values we got. So rest of the one is called as the void space. So void space is very less in the case of FCC, that is said to be a better one, perfect crystalline substance. Next, you will see the density of the lattice matter, that is formula Z is into atomic weight by m0 into volume of unit cell. So density of the lattice matter is ratio of mass per unit cell to the total volume of the unit cell, that given in like this. So D is density, Z is the number of atoms in unit cell, and m0 is Avogadro number, A cube is volume, A is edge length. Or else you can write another way simply, this is D is equals to mass by volume, total mass by total volume, and that can be calculated like this. So 1 angstrom is equal to 10 power minus 9 centimeters will write, minus 8 centimeters will write, 1 nanometer is equal to 10 to the power of minus 7 centimeters, and 1 picometer is equal to 10 to the power of minus 10 centimeters will write. So here also we have substituted that value in centimeters. So here all substituted in that one, 10 to the power minus 12 we can substitute. Then we will get the answer. Next. Whites. Closed packing spheres, there are always some empty spaces left. That is called as hole or void or interstitial site. So 3D view of the tetrahedral view is there for this one. Yeah. Tetrahedral voids are there, octahedral voids are there. So when the 4 spheres are joined, tetrahedral will come. When the 6 spheres are joined like this, that is octahedral void will come. However, the spheres are big in size, the tetrahedral side becomes larger than this octahedral side. So red colored atom supports the 2 tetrahedron ions. The 2 tetrahedral voids per atom is there in this case. So geometry tetrahedral voids is close to the packed structures here shown. Now we'll see. For example, in FCC crystal, we have this is the root 3a/4 for a distance every corner along with the body diagonal. Then 8 tetrahedral voids in a unit cell is there. As effective number of atoms is 4 for FCC and works out for the ratio 2:1 for the tetrahedral voids to the atoms. That means tetrahedral voids per FCC unit cell here given in this picture 8 are there in this. So this is if you count, you can tell this is the number. So 1, this is 2, this is 3. And this is 4, this is 5. Okay, I'll show you. This is 1, this is 2, 3, and this one is 4, this is 5, this is 6, this is 7, and 8th one is there behind down. So total 8 comes like this. Now, in general, if the closed packed crystal CCP or HCP, there are n spheres are there in the packing, then the number of octahedral voids will be taken as capital N and the number of tetrahedral voids will become double to that one. So 2 stands for tetrahedral voids, 1 stands for octahedral void in this ratio. So this is the tetrahedral void here present. Next we'll see octahedral void. The octahedral void is formed with the 3 spheres in one closed packed plane and 3 more spheres in another adjacent closed packed plane. In between them, what will happen, sir? There is a gap. That gap we will call it as octahedral void. Looking like a polyhedron with the 6 corners and 8 faces. The face being equal and equilateral triangles are formed here in this one. This is one picture showing equilateral triangle like this. This is another one. Here, this is another one. This is another one. So back side also will be there like that. Another 4. So there is one octahedral void per sphere in 3-dimensional arrangement. This is the octahedral void. What is a trigonal void? It's a vacant space touching 3 spheres in 2-dimensional void. That we can call it as trigonal void. For FCC, if you check this ratio, it will work out. That is, the centers of the octahedral void falls at the body center and at the middle of the 12 cube edges. So this is the octahedral void. And the effective number of octahedral voids per unit cell is 4. Whether 4 will come. So effective number of atoms in unit cell is 4 MCC, and this will work out 4:4. 4:4 is 1:1 for octahedral voids to the atoms. So here in the second picture, the position of one of the octahedral voids is at edge corners also shown here. Okay. You can show that one in the edge corners also. So the first one, octahedral void at the body center is there with probability 1, and the 12 octahedral sites with the probability 1/4 at the edge centers of FCC unit cell shown in the picture. So what is the first picture? Octahedral void present at body centered FCC. The second picture, octahedral void present at edge center of each FCC. That means 4 FCC have been drawn here like this. We'll draw outside like this. 4 will come. I'll show you. Next picture. Interstitial voids. This is a triangle void. This is a tetrahedral void. This is the tetrahedral void here present. Next, that void to the radius of the sphere ratio, radius of the void will be 0.225 in tetrahedral. This is the mathematical calculation. The number of tetrahedral voids is equals to the 2 into effective number of atoms. And this is the formula I would use to calculate. Position of tetrahedral voids is equals to 2 at each body diagonal. So each body diagonal, how many will be there? 2 will be there. For example, Li2 crystal, if you take oxide ion at face center cubic is there, and lithium, each tetrahedral void will become lithium. So here, this is the lithium case. Next, octahedral voids. Once again, if you check it here, this is the octahedral void. The radius of void by radius of sphere will be 0.414 will come. As per the calculations, the number of octahedral voids will be effective number of atoms only. So it is easy to identify effective number of atoms in any unit cell. For example, FCC, then it is 4. So that radius is 0.414 came. In HCC, HCP and FCC, there exists only tetrahedral and octahedral voids only. And coming to the cubical void, the void is formed by square close packing at the body center of cube when atom is present on each corner. So then that is the value, that first equation we have r plus r is equals to root 3a by 2, and this is 2r is equals to r in the second case. That is divided, first equation 1 by 2. So first equation r plus r by second equation 2r. The division, finally that value we got is r by capital R is 0.732. This is particularly for cubical void BCC, like this. And cubical void, most space is there here, octahedral, then tetrahedral, then trigonal. So void space is size of the void will be in this order. And radius of the ionic compounds you observe, cation is small, anion is bigger. So cation radius by anion radius will be giving an idea about what is the geometry of the crystal. So in this, radius ratio also determine the coordination number. This radius of cation will be taken as radius of void. Then the cation radius is greater than the void. In the cases, coordination number will be different. That is higher than 3. Otherwise, if it is same only, then it is 3. And this is cation radius is smaller than the void radius. Then the system does not exist because anion and anion repulsion is there. That's why it does not exist. Limiting radius ratio of close packing will be calculated using this expression C. This is the formula. In this, if you substitute the very small value, this less than 0.11155 is there, is a linear will come. Of that calculations is showing this radius ratio between 0.155 to 0.225 is there, then this trigonal planar will come. So if it is 0.225 to 0.414, then tetrahedral will come. 0.414 to 0.73 is there, octahedral will become, that is coordination number with 6. And coordination number is 8 for BCC will come when it is 0.732 and above. Another important one is packing of two-dimensional species, the two-dimensional unit cell you can see spheres. First layer of the sphere can be formed two ways, that square lattice and hexagonal lattice. Here this is square lattice shown. This is hexagonal lattice. So if you join all these things, it looks like an hexagon only. This is. So the more closely packed compared to square of the lattice, alternatively rows of spheres of identical here. Closed pack in 3D, if you check it here, hexagonal and cubic closed, we can check it like this. Layers will be changed. The first layer, if you take an HCP like this, This is the thing. Like this we have taken from it. And second layer you can take 3. Third layer you can take again the same, repeated AB type only. So that's why the type of the packing is AB type. Here third layer sphere is kept on the newly formed void in the second layer. That is. And packing efficiency 74% is there for this one. Coordination number is 12 for the HCP. And CCP also same coordination number with packing fraction, but second layer is color is different here we have, but here in the HCP we have not shown that thing here. Here second layer is different. So the difference we are shown here, that is ABC. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is again A. It continues and coordination will come 12 for it. Coming to the next one, the packing and ionic compounds. AB type is there, A2B and AB2 type are there. We have NaCl, CaCl, ZnS. We'll check it. NaCl we are observing here. This is NaCl, where Cls are present at the corners and Na present at the center. So Cl present in FCC lattice while Na plus occupy the octahedral voids. Next, coordination number of Na plus 6 is called as 6:6 coordination number, and 6 around Na plus 6 around Cl minus will come. Number of NaCl form units if you want to calculate, then 12 into 1 by 4 plus 1 into 1, by because 1 is present in the middle, and 12 edges sodium is there, so the total is 4 km. Like that of chloride, if you take chloride is at the corners, this is the corner chloride 1 by 8, and at the face centers also it is there, 6 are there, face center 6 into 1 by 2, total is 4 km. That's why 4:4. 4 sodium ions, 4 Cl minus ions per unit cell will be there in NaCl. And the dead length is taken like this, cubic, and the nearest distance is 4r. This is equals to A root 2. Only for ideal crystal, anion contact value this is. Packing fraction, actual volume occupied, volume of unit cell for the sodium chloride, we have shown this model. So which can be obtained like this. Next, cesium chloride also will be like this. Cesium is present in the middle, Cs, and chlorides at corners, and the body diagonal is root 3a. And from that, if you take only anions, this is 2r minus is a, only for ideal crystal. And packing efficiency, if you take, so 1 form unit of cesium and 1 form unit of chloride is there. So that is substituted, and volume of the unit cell will come like this. That is radius ratio 0.732 km. We will substitute in this one. Next, zinc sulfide and zinc blend type. You check it in this. We have sulfides are present in the phase lattice. Zinc is occupying the 1/2 of the tetrahedral voids here. So here shown, and zinc 1/2 of the tetrahedral voids means there 8 are there. So 4 will come in this. And that of the sulfide that is present in the phase lattices. So phase lattices means they are coming 4, and that value substituted here. That is 4 sulfides and 1, yeah, 1 zinc, 4 sulfides and 4 zinc. So 4:4 is 1:1. But when you calculate packing efficiency in this, the coordination number of zinc is 4, and coordination number is called as 4 coordination, 4:4 coordination number, and number of ZnS units per unit cell is 4. So per unit cell, if you take in that 4, there are 4 zinc and 4 sulfides, and that is substituted is the value. Next, AB2 type or A2B type, check it here. calcium fluoride, we saw calcium coordination number of calcium is 8, while that of fluoride is 4. 8 is to 4 coordination number. That's why 8 anions volume plus 4 cations volume by volume of the unit cell. Volume of the unit cell is taken. That is 4 by 4r by root 2 is the volume, is for edge length. Or else you can take this expression in the formula. Finally, that we got as this is a simplification. A to B type, we check it. Li2O. Anion forms subsystem lattice and cations occupy all the tetrahedral voids. In this case, Z is 4 for this ideal crystal. So coordination number of cation is 4 and anion is 8. So it is called as 4:8 type of coordination number. So fluorite is 8:4 and anti-fluorite is 4:8. Now fluorite again we'll check it. That previous calculations again will be understand from this picture. That is fluoride structure. We have told that is 8:4. That is 8 calcium, that is blue color, and 4 fluorides, that is pink color. Coordination number is 4 for fluoride, coordination number is 8 for calcium. So here, earlier also we have shown coordination number of calcium is 8. We are also showing the same thing. Calcium is being present at the corners and face centers of the unit cell. And F minus is being present at 8 tetrahedral voids of the unit cell. So this is tetrahedral void, that location. This one picture only. F minus is present at the tetrahedral void formed by 4 Ca2 plus ions. For example, you take this picture like this. So here F minus is there. Here Ca2 plus, Ca2 plus is all Ca2 plus. Here. Okay. Next, packing of constant particles in crystals. In the formation of crystals, constant particles, closed packing is like this. That's called as the square closed packing. Once again, repeated only these points. This is one dimensional. This is square packing 2-dimensional. This is hexagonal closed packing 2-dimensional. Next, hexagonal closed packing, we have discussed in that the 3-dimensional packing of spheres, 2-dimensional closed packed layers can be stacked in 2 different arrangements. One arrangement is when the spheres of the second layer are placed on the spheres of the first layer, the spheres of the third layer on the spheres of the second layer, and so on. If you continue, you will get 3-dimensional one. The other one, when the second layer is placed in such a way that its spheres find the space on the voids of the first layer, then B voids will be left occupied since under the arrangement no space sphere can be placed in them. That's why 2 types of arrangements are there. It's been discussed in our section now. The voids C is an arrangement, ordinary voids, which lie above the sphere of the first layer, whereas voids D lie on the voids of the first layer, and hence the combination of 2 voids are there. One of the first layer and the other of the second layer. The vertex of one triangle upwards and vertex of other triangle downwards, which led to octahedral void. So one is nothing but vertex of the one triangle. This is This is another one. So upper triangular void and lower triangular void. Now we'll see. This is the picture. Okay. I will come to know that the green atom of the layer 2 occupies the A type void of layer 1. This is. Now what is this layer 1, layer 2? If you observe, the layer 1 is this color, green color is layer 2. In this second picture you can get more clarity. That C voids are there, the voids of layer 2 they are, and A are the voids, so that is voids of layer 1 are there, occupied by the atoms of layer 2. So D voids, what are D voids? D voids are combination of that triangular void of layer 1, this type of triangle of layer 1 and this one. Of layer 2. So here, if you have to check the picture carefully, you will come to know the different kinds of voids. A voids, B voids, C, A voids, C voids, D voids. So triangle voids of layer 2 are EC and triangular voids of layer 1 are A, occupied by atoms of layer 2. And D is the combination of this upper triangle void and lower triangle void. Now, there are two ways to build up the third layer in hexagonal close packing. So you can see AB type in hexagonal close pack HCP. In this, they are all three different kinds of models. Any model you can take to understand. The title view has been shown in this sake of clarity. This clarity is there in this. That is effective number of atoms. You can calculate 6 at the corner, 6 into 6 above, 6 below. So total is 12 plus there is 1, 2 into 1 by 2. 2 into 1 by 2 means this is this one. That is face centers into 2 plus there are 3 are there at the end center. So total is 6. 6 is the Z value for HCP. You can also see CCP like this, CCP, A, B, C, again A, B, C, it continues like this. ABC packing arrangement, FCC unit cell, hence coordination number here is 12 for it. And effective number of atoms is 4 for this one. So this type we will consider as FCC. So it is similar to that of FCC, CCP, we are observing in this picture. So what happened when the third layer is placed over the second layer in such a way that sphere over the octahedral or D voids layer different from the layers of A and B produced. So that's where we have arranged in this one. Next. So in HCP and CCP, the coordination number is 12 because a sphere is in contact with 6 spheres in its own layer. That's why it touches the 3 spheres in the layer above and below. So then what will happen? Above 3, below 3, and touching one is 6, total is 12 will come. That is the coordination number. So you can observe this one. In this observation, you will get little clarity. Next one. Here, this is the arrangement, HCP, comparison between FCC. Or the second picture, if you observe, here you will get more clarity. Here 6 are there. Here also we have 6 are there. Here 3 are there. In between them, again gap will come. So instead of saying 6, 3, 6 and all, you can say it is A, it is B, it is A. Okay, layer. Next, even you can see that exploded view. Once it is separated out, then this AB type will come like this. This is A, this is B, this is A. And if they are closed, then it will come like this. So this is another way of observation. Next, moving on to the normal spinel structures, AB2O4 structures are there for this. B is trivalent and A is bivalent. If A is magnesium and aluminum, to taken, this is the MgAlO2, Al2O4 spinel crystals. Here Mg occupy 1/8 of tetrahedral voids. Oxides ions occupy the CCP, that is N, and aluminum occupy half of the octahedral voids. So if you take the octahedral void number is N, N/2 is for aluminum, and magnesium it is N, so N/8 only, sorry, N/8, and data for oxygen, oxide ions occupy CCP, that is N. So if you multiply this one, these numbers, 1/8 of tetrahedral voids. So tetrahedral voids, this is 2n. Tetrahedral voids is 2n. So it will become, we have n/4. This is n/4. This is n/4. So when you multiply all these things with 4, you will get the formula. Next, there are used actually in telephones and memory loops of computers and magnetic materials also, most important materials. And structure of magnet, if you check it in this one, we have ferric and ferrous ratio is 2:1. Oxides ions occupy CCP, and Fe2 plus occupy octahedral voids, while that of okay. Now we will see the next one. This is the three-dimensional diagram of MgAl2O4 shown. This is normal spinel for magnetite shown for general purpose only. Next, antifluorite Na2O type structures and zinc blende type of structures and their pictures also here mentioned, which were already been observed. So once again you can check it. So in this antifluorite, oxide ions forms FCC unit cell and sodium ions forms all the tetrahedral voids. That means O2 minus and Na plus. If you take Na plus here, tetrahedral voids is 2n, octahedral voids is n. Okay. Next one, zinc blende is a member of diamond cubic family where sulfide ions forms FCC, zinc ions forms alternate tetrahedral voids. So 4 out of 8 tetrahedral voids are unoccupied here in this zinc sulfide. That's where it's got specialization. Okay, so 4 octahedral voids are empty here. So sulfide is being present at the corners and face centers of the unit cell. Here you can check it as that is blue in color, and pink color is a zinc shown in this. So zinc is present at the tetrahedral void formed by 4 sulfide ions. Also the concept of this idea of zinc sulfide. So one sulfide supports 8 tetrahedron, out of which 4 are filled by zinc. The most important one. This is. Next, we will again we will see all these things in a table column. Rock salt coordination number 6. Packing is Cl minus in CCP and Na plus in octahedral voids. Number of formula units is 4. We have, these are the examples: AgCl, AgBr. Zinc blende. Zinc blende, if you check it here, zinc blende coordination number is 4. Number of units per unit cell is form units is 4. Next, zinc in HCP and sulfide in alternate tetrahedral voids. Cesium chloride, we have woodjite. Zinc sulfide is also called as woodjite. Cesium chloride in CS plus in cubic voids are the Cl minus at the corners of the cube of vice versa. Coordination number is 8 for this one, and number of formates is 1. CSBr, CSI, titanium chlorides, iodides, cyanides. Fluoride is calcium fluoride CaF2. Ca plus 2 ions occupy the CCP, and fluoride ions occupy the tetrahedral voids. 8:4. So 8:4 is the coordination number. And number of formula units is 4. Antifluoride, we have La2O, LiS, La2S. S minus 2 occupy sulfide occupy CCP, and lithium occupy tetrahedral voids. This is opposite to that one. Antifluoride means here cation coordination number is 4, anion is 8. While that of fluoride, cation coordination number is 8, anion coordination number is 4. Let us move to the next concept, that is defect or imperfection in solids. Any deviation from perfectly ordered arrangement constants is called as defect. These defects are because of thermodynamic temperature defects. They may possess additional defects due to the presence of impurities also. That we will discuss in this one. And that we will classify into electronic defects, atomic defects. Electronic defects are due to the excitation and removal of electrons. Atomic defects due to the dislocation of atoms from its regular sites. And in this again, atomic defects are 3 types. We have stoichiometric defects, non-stoichiometric defects, impurity defects. Because of atomic defects, there are no change in the electrical neutrality. In that, we have most important kind of stoichiometric defects are Schottky defect and Frenkel defect. Here, equal number of cations and anions are missing from the lattices is called a Schottky defect. While that of an Frenkel defect, cation is missing from its regular lattice site by occupying a void in the crystal. That is Frenkel defect. Interstitial site also you can call void. Density decreasing in Schottky defect, and there are no change in the density in case of Frenkel defect. Here, defect is observed in Schottky defect is observed in ionic solids having similar sizes of cations and anions, having high coordination number. Low coordination number is there means Frenkel defect. That is, the defect is observed when the sizes are different for cations and anions. That is for Frenkel defect. That you can see here in Schottky defect in this picture. Here there should be Na plus. So Na plus is not there. Here there should be Cl minus. Cl minus is not there. So a pair of cation and anion is missing. That is called Schottky defect. While that of you see the Frenkel defect. Here, this gap is coming because of silver ion is missing from, cation is missing from its site to the interstitial site. So here, this location, interstitial site is there, the silver is fixed because of thermal problems or stress. That will call it as Frenkel defect. Number of Schottky defects in crystal can be calculated using this formula. N is equals to capital N into e power minus E by 2 kT. Where K Boltzmann constant, T is temperature, energy, E is energy, number of ions present is capital N, and in this another formula we have N is number of interstitial spaces. In sodium chloride you can take this one. So Schottky Wagner defects is telling that this defect arises due to the vacancy at cation sites and equal number of vacancies at anion sites. In ionic crystals, electrical neutrality is to be maintained because same number of cations and anions are missing. Conditions for this defect is high coordination number is important for Schottky defect, where the positive and negative ions are a similar size with radius ratio almost equal to 1. NaCl, CaCl, KCl, AgB are the best example for this one. And we have silver chloride is there that is exhibiting both Schottky and Frenkel. Non-stoichiometric defects are the next second kind. We have excess of cations, also called as metal excess defect. When an anion is missing from its lattice site and electron in entrapped in place of it is called as F center. So here electron is coming in place of anion. Then the color will change. NaCl color changed to yellow color. Lithium chloride changed to pink in color. Potassium chloride changed to violet color because of this metal excess defect. Presence of F center conductivity increases and impart the color of the crystal. So F center is important in deciding both the physical property, that is conductivity as well as color. When extra cation and extra electron is entrapped into the voids of the crystal, then also what happens, this excess of cation defect will come. Zinc oxide is example for it. It is normally it is white in color. Once it is heated, then it will become yellow in color. So because of this extra electrons. Because oxygen went out, then what happens? In a place of anion, what happens? These electrons should come. But this effect is showing that zinc oxide, zinc ions are coming in the lattices. Electrons also entrapped in the places. So this is what we'll call it as the extra cation and extra electron entrapped into the voids of the crystal. So here also void is there, here also void is there. Now deficiency of cations. When the cation is not there at that place, then how they will maintain the electron neutrality? Will check it. The defect is observed in compounds and transition metals because they show variable oxidation states. Density will decrease. In this case, Woodgate is the formula Fe 0.94O. Cation vacancy is 6%. So 94% is occupied and some Fe3 plus is there in that case. Here you can observe deficiency of cation. So this can be understood using different diagrammatical approaches here. Transition metals are showing this variable oxidation states. In showing the variable oxidation states, there is a problem is coming in their oxides. That is iron oxide is there. Iron deficiency is coming in this formula. So 0.6% is the 6% is the cation vacancy is observed. And the cation is not there. Here what should be there? Here what should be there means cation should be there, positively charged +3. Here this should be there, that +2 is there. That is what we'll call it as deficiency of cation. Next important thing is called as impurity defect. When any foreign external atom occupies lattice site, it's called as impurity defect. We have two examples are there. Formation of p-type and n-type semiconductors are said to be having due to the impurity presence of either third group or fifth group. An impurity of strontium chloride and sodium chloride is also making a lot of difference in properties. That p-type impurity is happening because of aluminum group, that means third A group element, and n-type impurity, that is aluminum. Due to the presence of element fifth A group also, it comes n-type impurity. So here what is the confusion is when p-type impurity, when n-type impurity will come and how they change the properties of the solids. We'll check it here. Let us see very clearly now impurity defect. The point defect due to the presence of foreign atoms. Here strontium is a foreign atom. Here sodium should be there. Okay. But two sodium places are empty. But one strontium is included in this one of this place, and remaining is vacant only. That cation vacant thus produced or equal number of that of strontium vacant, strontium ions present. So this is the vacancy. Which vacancy? That is cation vacancy, because their sodium should be there, and this is equals to number of strontium ions. Equals to number of strontium ions. So 1 mole of cation vacancy is equals to 1 mole of strontiums. That is the concept. So we'll see the problem in this one. Find the concentration of cation vacancies in a lattice of NaCl. It has been doped with 10 power minus 3 moles of strontium chloride. Here 10 power minus 3 mole percentage of strontium chloride means percentage means it's 10 power minus 5 only. It is 10 power minus 5. Then if you multiply this one with Avogadro number, you will get the answer for concentration. That is nothing but 6.023 to the power of 18 will come. So number of atoms is number of moles into Avogadro number. Number of atoms of strontium is this one is present. So number of cation vacancies, number of strontiums present. Next, properties of solids. Electrical properties are there. Their conductivity is varying between this 10 power minus 8 ohm inverse centimeter inverse to 10 power minus 12, 10 power 8 to 10 power minus 12. Based on the conductivity, conductors, insulators, semiconductors are the classification. We have solids through which electricity can flow in large extent is called as conductors, metals, and some of the solids NaCl and KCl in the liquid state they are the electrolytic conductors are there, conduct only when they are in mobile ions are there like NaCl and KCl. Insulators, if you check it, the solids which almost do not allow electricity to pass through them is called insulators. We have sulfur, phosphorus examples. While that is semiconductors, most important you see, the line between the metallic conductors and insulators is called as semiconductors. Electrical conductivity is semiconductor to the presence of impurities and defects. So their conductivity increases with increase in temperature. Defects increases with increase in temperature. Magnitude of electrical conductivity strongly depend on number of electrons available to participate in conductor process. Like that, metals, if you check it, they are strong conductors. Atomic orbitals of molecular orbitals, atomic orbitals from molecular orbitals form molecular orbitals. So the closed energy levels are there, and band theory can check it. Then we'll understand this picture. These are metals. These are semiconductors. These are the insulators. In this one, if you check, then you'll get to know that semiconductors energy gap between valency band and conduction band is small. This is very small gap is there. Electron may jump from, so electrons jump from valency band to conduction band in this case, results some conductivity for semiconductors. But in insulators, what happened? The energy band is large, is there the gap? That is why the gap is large means the electron transition does not take place in case of insulators. That gap is called as forbidden zone, also we can call it as. In metals, this overlapping is forming happily, so metal easily they will conduct electricity. Good conductors. And the range also we have shown. Electron rich impurities are there to change the conductivity of semiconductors. Electron rich impurities are 15th group elements only. They will form n-type semiconductors, and silicon becomes electrical conductor when you add this one. So adding this type of either third group or fifth group elements alter the conductivity of semiconductors is called as doping, and pure substance is called as intrinsic semiconductors, and we can increase their conductivity by adding these group elements, third group element or 13th group element, third A or 13th group behaves as an electron acceptor, and the group 50A or 15th group elements behaves as donors. Because of that one only we will get the n-type, p-type semiconductors. Electron deficit impurities are there. We have 13th group elements are there. They will form p-type semiconductors. Okay. And in the case here, if you observe, the 15th group elements forms n-type semiconductors. 13th group elements forms p-type semiconductors with silicon. When you see the applications, diode, PNP, NPN type semiconductors are used in transistors and used to detect the amplified radio or audio signals. In conversion of radiant energy into the electrical energy, solar cell, p-type, n-type semiconductors are used. So many solid state semiconductors are prepared by combining this 13th group elements with 15th group elements, and third B group or 12th group elements with 6th A group elements. 6th A group means we have oxygen family. Second B group means zinc family. In this type of conductors, bond is not pure covalent bond, but nature of the bond depends on electronegativities of elements. We have transition metals oxides are there, they show wide variation of electrical properties also because of this impurities. And metal sulfides of transition elements also exhibits a wide variation in their electrical properties. If we see the magnetic properties of solids, that is due to the consequence of magnetic properties associated with the individual electrons. Magnetic properties are also due to the electrons. Electrons are actually, the orbital motion is there, and due to its spin around its axis, magnetic properties will come. This we are observing in these pictures. Moving electron may be considered a small current loop and generating a small magnetic field, which has a magnetic movement along the axis rotation. And a magnetic movement due to the electron spin is directed along the spin axis. So here shown magnetic movement. This is electron movement. Here magnetic movement. Here magnetic movement shown. Electron how rotating. Also the direction of the spin is shown in this picture. So fundamental magnetic movement is Bohr magneton equals to 9.27 into 10 to the power of minus 24 ampere meter square. And for each electron in an atom, the spin magnetic movement is plus or minus mu b, depending on the two possibilities of spin, positive and negative. And the contribution of the orbital magnetic movement is equal to mi mu b, where mi is the magnetic quantum number of the electron and mu b is the Bohr magneton value. And materials can be classified depending upon the response to external magnetic field. Their ferromagnetic, anti-ferromagnetic, ferrimagnetic, like that. So paramagnetic state of at the same temperature due to the randomization of spins are coming. This ferrimagnetic Fe3O4 magnet becomes paramagnetic at 850 Kelvin. It is observed that ferromagnetic substances have characteristic temperature above which no ferromagnetism observed. That we will call it as Curie temperature. This is also one important definition in this discussion. And diamagnetic substances, weakly repelled by external magnetic field. Titanium dioxide and sodium chloride. Paramagnetic materials and which are attracted by magnetic field, and we have O2 and Cu2 plus examples. Most important type of materials we have ferromagnetic, which show permanent magnetism even when the external magnetic field is removed. Iron, Fe and Ni are the examples for it. Because spontaneous alignment of magnetic moments due to unpaired electrons will be like this in the ferromagnetism. If you see anti-ferromagnetic substances expected to possess paramagnetism, the base of unpaired electrons present, but actually they possess zero net moment. So 1, 2, 3, there are 3 upwards, 3 downwards are the elements. This is because of dipoles in the compensatory way, so that they give net zero dipole moment. We get anti-ferromagnetic substances. Manganese oxide is the example for it. Likewise, ferrimagnetic substances we have, they expect to possess large magnetism on the basis of number of unpaired electrons present in them, but actually they have a small net magnetic moment compared to ferromagnetic because moments are aligned in parallel and anti-parallel directions and which are in the net dipole moment is Fe3. O4 is the example for this one. So finally, what is ferrimagnetic substance? Expect to possess large magnetism on the basis of number of unpaired electrons. And ferromagnetic, we have So paramagnetic mechanism shown. Antiferromagnetic substance expressed to possess paramagnetism and on the basis of unpaired electrons present in them. But actually the net movement is zero. Dielectric properties of solids you'll see. The dielectric properties of solids in this insulators do not conduct electricity. Once again, we are discussing that electrons present in them held tightly, the individual atoms, ions, not free to move, insulators case. However, when electric field is applied, polarization takes place because of nucleus is attracted towards cathode and electron cloud towards the anode. So here before electric field applied, it is the picture. After electric field is applied, this is the another picture. And now see, such polar crystal shows electrical properties. One property will call it as piezoelectric electricity. So when these crystals are subjected to mechanical stress, electricity is produced due to the displacement of ions. So that is the electricity that is produced is called as piezoelectricity. And the crystals are called as piezoelectric crystals. But if an electric field is applied in the crystal, there will be atomic displacement causing mechanical strain also. So that we have to remember. So when the crystals are subject to mechanical stress, electricity is produced. That is called piezoelectricity. Stress is there, mechanical stress. Another one, pyroelectricity. Some polar crystals are heated. Pyro means heated, produce small current, that is called as pyroelectricity. Ferroelectricity. What is ferro? In some piezoelectric crystals, the dipoles are permanently aligned, even in the absence of electric field. However, applying electric field in the direction of polarization of changes, we have barium titanate and sodium potassium tartrate Rochelle salt are the examples for this one. So what is this one? Ferroelectricity is piezoelectric crystals, dipoles are permanently aligned even in the absence of electric field. They are called as ferroelectricity. A type of piezoelectricity only. Antiferroelectricity. So no net dipole moment, and it is said to be antiferroelectrical. We have dipoles alternatively arranged and lead zircono is the example. Antiferroelectricity. So net dipole moment is zero. Superconductivity, let us see. When the electrical resistance of materials become almost zero, the material becomes superconductor. The temperature at which material shows that superconductivity is called as transition temperature. Yttrium, barium, copper, oxygen, this alloy is there at 90 Kelvin, means very low temperature, cold temperature, they will exhibit the conductivity. All the ferroelectric salts are piezoelectric, but reverse is not true. Understand? So in this we have different examples they will ask in the examination. Okay. So go through the definitions once again and again and again and check with the pictures. We will get very good question from this topic. Next we'll see a problem here. Number of unit cells in a 58.5 NaCl is approximately how much? So formula given. So we have taken the formula, total number of unit cells, and we solved. We have 1.5 10 to the power of 23 came. B option. Because first we calculate the formula mass, number of moles, NaCl and Cl minus number of units in a unit cell of NaCl, how many NaCl, how many Cl minus will be there. Using that one, you calculate it. Next, copper crystallization into FCC lattice with edge length is given as 3.61 10 to the power of minus 8 centimeters. Calculate the density. So density is Zm by A cube formula if you use into Na. Then that A value given in the question is 3.61 10 to the power of minus 8 substituted. And as usual, Avogadro number. And Z value for this FCC is 4, that is substituted. you got 8.97 grams per cc is the density. Another problem, you check it, iron crystallization body center Z value is 2. Then radius of iron atom is how much? When edge length of unit cell is 286 picometers. See, from BCC, the radius edge length relation is this one. In this is substituted that value, you got 123.8 picometers. Second option is the right option. Another question, in fluoride structure, what are the statements is correct? So in these statements, calcium ions are at CCP and fluoride ions are present in the tetrahydroids. So the number of calcium ions is 4 and fluoride ions is 8. So the formula of the calcium fluoride is Ca4F8. The simplest formula is CaF2. That's why option A is given as the right option. Another question, analysis show that nickel oxide consists of nickel ion with 96% ions having D8 configuration and 4% having D7 configuration. And which among the following best represents the formula of oxide? So here, if you check the D8 configuration is Na2 plus, D7 is Na3 plus. Total charge on the nickel is this value came, that is 2.04. The number of oxide ions we got 1.02. The formula of solid will become Ni 0.102. So that is not there, means again we simplify it, you'll get Ni 0.98 and Ni oxygen 1.00. So the option D is the right option for it. Next, the body centered cubic lattice is made up of hollow spheres of B and spheres of solid air present in hollow spheres of B. Then the radius of A is half the radius of B. Another statement given. What is the ratio of total volume of B unoccupied by A in a unit cell and volume of the unit cell? So you have to find this two things, that is number of atoms of unit cell B is 2. As you know that B is said to be BCC structure. And total volume of occupied by this one is 2 into number of atoms, that is nothing but rank is 2 for BCC, that 2 into 4/3. And told one more statement in the question is spheres of solid A are present in hollow spheres of B. Radius of A is half the radius of B. So what is the radius of A? Radius of A is half the radius of B. What is the radius of B is taken, that is capital R by 2. Okay. Then if you take RA cube, it will become equals to R cube by 8. Then R cube minus R cube will become equals to R cube minus R cube by 8 is 7R cube by 8. So that 7R cube by 8 is substituted in this. Got 7 pi R cube by 3 is the unit cell volume. And now volume occupied by the particles in unit cell. Volume of the unit cell is formula is A cube. In that the body centered unit cell radius and its edge length formula substituted. You got 64 by 3 root 3 R cube, that is substituted in this ratio is nothing but ratio of total volume of the spheres. Total volume of the spheres is 7 pi R cube by 3 divided by the volume of the spheres unoccupied by A, that is 64 by 3 root 3. We got 7 pi by 64 root 3. That is the D option is the right option for this question. Okay. Hope you observed these questions. And we have a very good discussion and several miscellaneous questions also we discussed in this session. And not only that one, most complicated closed packing diagrams also were introduced. And repeatedly if you observe these notes, you will come to know what is the secret in this closed packing and density calculations, as well as the Z value calculations. So in this lecture, we have discussed about all the important magnetic and electrical properties and Schottky Frankel defects and all, for even all the different kinds of examinations. Useful information we are given. Hope you understand this lecture, and repeatedly you can watch this video, and shortly I will give the PDF link in the description to download these notes. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.